We're having a little bit of a different afternoon show today because if you're watching this, it's because I'm at the LA Zoo with my children and some grandchildren and having a great time, hopefully in the heat, though, expecting to be 87 degrees over that part of town today. All right, so what does I want to, here's what I want to know. I was thinking about this. I wanted to really zero in for tomorrow with regard to what would actually for sure move the market if these things happen. I'm not saying any of these things are going to happen. I'm not saying that I give great odds that any of these things are going to happen. What I'm saying is all of these have been on somebody's, well, okay, a couple of them are only on my list, but they could happen. They could happen. It's not even crazy to think that they could happen, although some folks on a spaces that I participated in yesterday kind of thought I might be crazy. But then what's new with that? I have been crazy in the past and sometimes right and sometimes very wrong. So these could happen tomorrow night. And if they did, it would move the market substantially. Okay, how's that? And what I'm looking for is your responses. Would you add anything to the list of things that could happen and would move the market? By the way, I didn't get a chance to report on this morning because it happened just exactly as I was going to publish. And that is that there was reports out that Elon had given away the store and that the vehicle that the Cybercab is going to have butterfly wing doors and it will have 2 seats. I think a lot of folks were expecting that anyway, but why would he do that if he did it? Anyway, I haven't had a chance to do the research. I'm recording this early still on Wednesday morning, but that might be true. And I think, so therefore it's probably going to be a cool looking car if all those things are true. All right, so here are my 14 things. Okay, there's 14. Number 1, if there is a Model 2 reveal, and there's enough details, including the price and estimated delivery. So we get the price, estimated delivery, picture, actual product, better be actual product, but when is it going to happen? And, what is the price? That will move the market, 5-10 points, okay? Even better would be if the product page is live and you can place your reservations. That would be, that would definitely move the market. Again, maybe we're still talking in the range of 10 points just on that information alone. But what would really be good if the next morning, if on Friday morning, we wake up and tens of thousands of people have placed their reservations already, one of these breaking the internet events. All right, so that's with regard to the 2.5 vehicle, the compact, however you want to call it, the $25,000 vehicle. If that's announced and in detail, that would move the market for sure. That is what the street wants. So the institutionals, this is what they would jump on. That's why I'm saying it would move the market. Now, will they introduce the 2.5 at this show? Hard call, very hard call. They might want to do it much closer to the actual date of to start to ship, so we could have another reveal on, January 6th or something, and 7th, 8th, 9th, and then have the delivery starting later in January, February. So anything in that first 3 might be completely off the table, but that is what the street would like to see. All right, number 4, 5, 6, and 7. Supervised robotaxi network date is announced, and it's within the next 3 months. Wow, there's a lot of speculation right now. I've been part of the speculation as to whether it's really why even do supervised at all. It may be ready to go driverless immediately. I'm part of that group that's speculating on that. But let's just say, as a bare minimum, with regard to the actual reason for the event that they announce, we will have supervised robotaxi network, and it will start next week, next month, by January 1 at the latest. If that's announced, that will move the market. Now, almost as good would be, nope, we're never going to do supervised robotaxi, but we are 100% positive. We're already driving cars that will be unsupervised, that work as unsupervised, but we want 6 more months of testing. And so the robotaxi network is a slam dunk. It's going to start March 1st, April 1st, May 1st, June 1st, sometime within that time frame, first half of next year. That would be fine. Or it could be sooner. If it's January 1 and it's unsupervised, wow, that'd be incredible. Or if it's, next month. Anyway, even better would be clarity. What has to be done to get the network to go live? In other words, what are they waiting for? Are there 5 things? Could they give a list of 5 things that need to be done that they believe can be done by X date? If they give us a little clarity, little checklist on what needs to be done, that would help to move the market. The best would be that they tell us, okay, we've already got the regulations solved. We've already got this solved. Everything is solved. It's only going to be in these states or these cities, but it is going to start on this date. So that would be like way up at the top of the list if they say, we've already got the regulation part of it out of the way. We know 100% that we're going to be able to go in these places starting on this date. That would move the market. And maybe if Nicholas Gibbs is right, it's going to move at 100 points. Well, I don't know about 100 points, but maybe over the 2 months, it would move at 100 points. I believe it's going to take a couple of months of actual activity, actual robotaxis on the road with information coming back about usage, et cetera, before we really see that 100 points. But then we might see more than 100. Number 8 would be any deal on licensing of FSD. Just one deal, all it takes. Could be a China deal, could be a US deal, could be a Europe deal, could be North Korea. I'm sorry, North Korea. Could be South Korea, could be Japan. Any FSD licensing deal will move the market. 10, 20, maybe 20, maybe more. Yeah, could be more. 2 deals, even better. That's number 9. And there could be 2 deals, all right? Number 10, any partnership on robotaxi. Remember when Hertz announced their $100,000 unit purchase? Stock went crazy. Okay, any partnership, major partnership, Hertz, not so much with Lyft, but it'd be okay. One or more of those Chinese companies where they already have some loose associations and loose relationships, but maybe they make a firm deal. This is what we're going to do. The Chinese company says we're going to start buying 5,000 cars a month, or something like that. But there's a partnership. Okay, that'd be number 10. That would move the market. Not as much as a licensing deal, probably, even though it might be better in the short term. But let's say maybe it moves it, on that order, 5 to 10 points. Just that one alone. Number 11, a reveal of the Model Y refresh, the Juniper, and the dates when the various factories will start shipping. I think this is very unlikely unless that starting to ship date is like November 1. November 10, whatever, maybe December 1. They might announce it if the date's going to be December 1. Will they show it? Will they go into details? I don't think they'll do both the Juniper and the Model 2.5. It just gets to be too complicated, too many things. But it could be the one more thing at the very end. I don't know. But the Model Y refresh, if we saw it, if we could get pictures of it, if we could see what it's going to look like, if we knew for a fact what the changes were going to be, if we knew what the pricing was going to be, if we knew when it was going to start shipping out of the 3 different factories, all of that would move the market. That's all I'm saying. But remember, that's what the point of this list is. It would move the market. Again, that's what the street would like to see. Metal. They like to see metal move. Okay, number 12. Fully automated vehicles are being driven at this time. I kind of mentioned this above. It'd be nice. It'd be great. This would be an amazing announcement. These guys are always a couple of versions ahead of us. The 12.5.6 and the 12.4.1.7.12. Anyway, the 2 versions that just came out in the last 2 days, the early information on those is that they're really stunning. Maybe Tesla is probably now driving version 13 or 14 at this point. They've got people out, they've got their employees out driving those right now, and they could state, look, we're driving a vehicle that is absolutely capable. We've got 25 of those. They're racking up, thousands of miles, hundreds of miles a day. And this is why we know that we can do this. I think that would move the market. That's probably a 5 or 10. 13, vehicles and Optimus. This is my favorite, of course. The vehicles and Optimus can converse. That's what we want them to do. We want a conversation. Oh, good morning, Mr. Whatever your car's name is. Good morning, Joe. You know where I want to go. Regular place. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure, Randy. We're going to take you there. I'm not going to do voices because I don't do voices. And I'm like, well, obviously we got plenty of charge. Yeah, I think you're good. Anyway, normal conversation. If they can show a normal conversation, I think there's a low likelihood of this tomorrow. I think there's a high likelihood of it soon, but it would be if they did it tomorrow. That's a 25 pointer there. That's a 25-point move on the stock. All right, and then then even better than that. I'm sorry. Then and then better would be if it does that as well. Optimus performs certain tasks that clearly show it's beyond any other bot on the market. I mean, something very obviously, like the way that it walks, the way that it interacts, its ability to manage certain circumstances that would just put it head and feet above anybody else on the market. All right, so I think if there's no 2.5 announcement, no Juniper announcement, no Optimus, knock our socks off announcement, if there is no robotaxi partnerships and no, people that are saying that they're going to license the FSD capabilities, if all we're looking at is the CyberCab and the dates, then they need to be stunning because this is an historic event, according to Elon. And in order to be historic, the car is going to have to be absolutely cool inside and out. It's going to have to show how the experience is going to be amazing. The app is going to have to be outstanding, at least as good as anybody's expecting. And there has to be date certain. Those are the things that are going to have to happen if we're going to see a nice run on Friday. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below what you think about these 14 items. Would you add 15, 16, and 17? Would you subtract any of the above and say, no, that won't move the market? How do you feel? I'd love to hear more from you on this. Tomorrow, of course, we will have a regular program in the morning. On Thursday morning, we will have something in the middle of the day. I haven't figured that out. I hope I have time to actually produce it. And then Bradford Ferguson and I are supposed to meet someplace in Burbank on Thursday afternoon at the regular time, 4 o'clock, which is when we normally shoot. And then so around 5 o'clock California time, we should have a show that is out and available for you to watch from Burbank, from downtown Burbank. Yes, indeed. Okay, for those of you old enough to remember. Okay, it's been great talking to you. Here we go. There it is.